Hi Best Buds, it's Cathy with Cathy's Garden, and I'm so happy that you've joined me today. Today we're going to make a really cute, it's a double item. We're going to have a pouch and a journal, and it's going to be ideal for gift giving. So I started with a paper bag, and I made my pouch out of a paper bag. We're going to make one together. I decorated up with some vintage laces from 1924 linens and more. And I have a little hinge clip here with some Sari silk from Crimson Heart Studios. The little picture right here, the digital, is from Chapter 1 Papers. And let's look inside, shall we? And there's some more Chapter 1 papers. And then it's lined with some book page, and oh look what's inside. Let's pull it out and see. Oh my goodness, look here guys. It is a faux envelope journal with lots of journaling space. Wouldn't this be a lovely gift to make to give to your special friend? Let's open it up and let's look inside. So inside, what we have here is we have lots of journaling pages. It's almost like a notebook. And it's tracing paper that's been coffee dyed. There's copy weight paper that's been coffee dyed. The sound is absolutely wonderful. And it just flips up just like this with all these pages. Oh my, I think it would be a lovely gift to give to someone. And we're going to make one together. So wait, it goes this way, guys. Now let me go ahead and just go like that. I'm going to put this together and set it over to the side. Now you're going to want, I've already started folding, guys. So you're going to want to have a piece of paper. Now this one's 10.5 inches long, but we are going to cut a little bit of this off. Actually, we're going to be cutting it off this way. You are going to need something for these measurements about 10.5 inches long. This is where we're going to take a little real estate off, but my paper is 8 inches. And what we are going to do is we're going to lay it down this way, and on one end you want to fold this up 2.5 inches. And then on the opposite end, you're going to want to fold it up 4 inches. And so it will be like this, just like this. So you're going to have a space right there. So it will close nicely and easily. This is where we're going to take a little bit off. I just felt like this was a little bit big, especially since we're making a little pouch for it to go in using a large paper bag. So we're going to want to cut this off. Now let's see, I don't know if I wrote that down. Yes, 7.5 inches. Sure enough, that's 7.5 inches. So you would just want to mark it at 7.5 inches right here. And then you know I'm going to grab my guillotine and giving it a cut. Just like that. All right, now if you like the look of the ink, of course you would want to ink this up, but there's something more that we're going to do. I have a piece of tracing paper that I've coffee dyed, and we're going to take it and we're going to glue it right onto the inside of our little faux envelope. It's going to do a couple of things. It's going to give it a little bit of a heavier feel, and it's going to give it a little noise. A little, you're going to be able to hear the crinkling of the tracing paper because of the way we're going to glue it down. So I'm going to turn this back over. And I already highlighted the folds because that will become important with our gluing. Now I'm using art glitter glue, but you can use whatever glue you wish. I'm not sure a glue stick will give you the effect that you want, but I'm just going to outline the edge of my paper just like this. And I'm going to go down this side. As you can see, I'm not being real precise, but I am getting some glue down. I'm trying to get on the edge because you don't want it to peel up or anything like that, especially if you're not going to be sewing it. You want to get that glue as close as you can. And then on both sides of the fold, we want some glue. Not just one, but both sides. All right, so there we have it. Then all you'll need to do is take your tracing paper and just pop it right on the top and smooth it out. Now you're going to want to let this dry before you bend it, because I've never had very good luck with bending things right away when they're wet with glue. So you'll want to set this aside and let your glue dry. Now let's see, I've got one right here. Here's mine. So I've let it dry and I have sewn around the edge, but you don't have to. And of course, I took my scissors and I trimmed my tracing paper to the same size as my envelope that we made. So it looks like this. I rounded the corners a little bit. Well, I didn't here, but I did on my flap. And I inked it up. So it looks just like that. The exact same way that we just folded one together. The next thing that you're going to want to do is you're going to want to get your papers together. So you're going to want to get tracing paper and your copy paper, whatever type of papers you want to place into your journal. That is what you're going to want to get prepared for your faux envelope journal. And you want to cut your papers so they'll fit from the fold, because this is your flap of your envelope, down to the bottom. And you'll want it to be in there so when you fold it up, you'll be able to close it. So you just work with a little bit to get it to where it will be folded. This one seems to have had an extra fold in it. Sure does. But it's still the right size. And now I sewed mine. If you don't have a sewing machine, it's okay. You could use a stapler. You could staple this across. And then what we're going to be ending up doing is we're going to be ending up attaching it inside our faux envelope. Before we get to doing all that, we're going to jump now to making our pouch. Is what I'm calling it, is a pouch. Now, in some videos earlier, I made different things out of this. It's a huge bag. It's a flat bag. It's not gusseted at all. So even if you have some packing material and you fold it to be, something like this, if you want it to be smooth, iron it. But it's not gusseted, so you could even use a heavier weight piece of paper. Even that paper that they use, that they put on tables when they have like large luncheons and stuff, you could use that paper as well. Now this bag is 13 inches by 10 inches. And what we want to do is on the end that has the opening, so this is the opening of the bag, we're going to be folding this 3 inches. So let me get this lined up so I get this folded correctly. We're going to fold this down 3 inches just like this. Okay, fold this down 3 inches. And then we're going to fold the bottom of the bag 4.5 inches. This is the bottom. And we're going to fold this 4.5. Line this up. it's going to be right here. Nope, a little bit more. Line this up. Well, that's going to be good. Give this a crease. Okay, so now it goes like this. The next thing we want to do is we want to fold the bottom up 2 inches. So it doesn't matter which side is the bottom because they're both, you know, it's not the opening's on the side. So we're going to fold this up 2 inches. Bottom up 2. And let's get this lined up right. There we go. I'm really creasing it well. Alrighty, so now we look just like this. The next thing we're going to need to do is open this up, and right here, this is going to get removed, and we're going to make a little cut like this. And this is going to have a cut like this. Actually, I think this one's a little steep. I don't think I want to really cut it that steep. That's pretty steep. I'm going to do it a lot lighter, a lot easier. I'm going to measure that. That's a fold. That's about a 1/2 inch. That's about a 1/2 inch. And we're going to remove this side. So where it's folded, we're going to remove it. It's going to come off. And where this is folded, it's going to come off. But we're going to take it in just a little bit like that. So I have my scissors. Let's just do that. And take the fold off. Cut it on the outside of the fold, not the inside. And then we're going to do this one. And this is what I mean by the fold. You want to take it on this side of the fold. Okay, so now we look like that. So this is how this is going to go together, like this, and this is the flap that is the top, and this is going to be the bottom. Now, if you don't have a sewing machine, then you would be gluing this bottom. I have already made one of these. Let me grab this bag. Where did I put my bag? Here it is. Here's my bag. Oops. Okay, so all I've done is I've sewn my bag. It's the exact same thing. I've just sewn mine. And I've also glued this part shut. So I just took my glue, and this is where, you know, this comes down lower than the back side. Move this so you can see a little better. I don't want to spill my, I've prepped my decorations, so hopefully I haven't messed them up too much. Mixed them up too much so I get confused. It's easy for me to get confused. Just glue that shut, just like that. And then you can, what did I do with my lid? Oh, here it is. You can ink that up. You can sew all the way around the edge if you want, like I did here. There you go. Okay, so now you've got your pouch. It's not glued together yet, but we've got our pouch. So let's go ahead and jump back to our envelope. We're going to jump to our envelope here, and I have got, here's the pouch, and here's our envelope. So this pouch goes with this, and here is our envelope. And I have sewn my pages together. You could staple yours if you'd like, and we're going to glue it. right into our journal, just like that. So I'm going to use my art glitter glue, and I'm going to put a nice amount of glue. I'm not going to be chintzy with my glue. A nice amount of glue, because those papers, you know, there's quite a few there, and they're kind of heavy, so you don't want them to come loose. And I'm just looking to see, you know, a little bit on both sides, and then I'm going to close it just so I know that it's going to fit well. It's going to fit inside of my faux envelope. Just like that. I can see that I've got a little bit of glue seeping out right here. Wonderful. Okay, so let me see. Where have I got my stuff to make this? I think this is my stuff. I've got it here. I think this. Okay, so I have some lace here. I thought that would be really pretty on there. I also thought the pom-poms would be super cute. Now, I'm not sure if I want them down here or if I actually want them up above. I'm thinking maybe even up above. I think that's really pretty. I have a piece of ledger type paper, and I just cut it out on a piece of file folder. Had a lot of scraps, and this size is 3.5 inches by 2, and I'm going to stick it in here like this, I think, and that's how I'm going to use for my closure. So I thought that I had cut one more piece to go right up here, but maybe that's what this is for. Yeah, that's what that's for right there, because that's really all the decoration that I'm going to do. Now, if you want to further decorate it, you surely can. You could put Merry Christmas in here, you could put a little label, you could put a picture, you know, you could stamp the pages, you could do a lot of different things to it if you wish to decorate it up a little more. Now I'm bringing in my hot glue gun to make it quick and easy because it's really great for videos. So let's get this lace placed. I'm going to put it this way so I can get it placed on here, just so. And I'm going to do just a little bit at a time because that hot glue dries so very quickly, and that is the #1 reason why I'm using hot glue in my videos. Now you can use fabric tack or whatever type of glue that you wish. You don't have to use hot glue, guys. You use what you like. I just use it so that I can just glue it, and then we can just keep going with the design here in the video. So I've got my little scissors, and I'm going to give this a little trim right here, a little excess. All right, and a little bit here. I've got that taken care of. So that's really sweet. When you open it inside, it looks like that. And as I said, you could stamp, you could put fussy cuts, you could do all kinds of things if you wished. So let's go back to the front, and I'm going to just put a little paper clip right here to help hold it closed. And this nice wide lace I think would be very pretty right here. Now I want it to hang over just ever so little right down here at the bottom. So like I said before, I have to put just a little bit at a time with the hot glue because of how it dries so quickly. I'm just pressing it down so it will grab a hold of the lace. And now I think I can do all of this since I've got that positioned there at the end. I can pull it and get this positioned. There we go. And I'm going to give it a little trim, trimming off the extra lace. And over here, extra lace. All right. So now the pom-poms. Now these pom-poms, I got them from the Dollar Tree. They came in red and green. I think they came in white too, but I already had white. But they're really bad about fraying on the ends. If you buy some, you guys, you have to put some wet glue on the ends and let it dry, because the whole thing will just go and then it'll be just gone. So do be careful if you have purchased some. If you've already purchased some and you've used them, you already know exactly what I'm talking about. So I'm going to lay them right on the top of this whiter lace, because I just think that's going to be really cute. So pulling it down, so I've already got my ends glued. I glued them as soon as I cut them. And I glued them off my little, it's kind of like, comes on like a lace ribbon holder, you know. I even glued it after I cut it. I glue it when I put it back on its little, let's just call it a bolt. I put it back on the piece of cardboard because, like I said, it'll just, boop, it'll be gone, and then you'll just cry. Yeah, it'll be very sad. Okay, so almost towards the end here, guys. How cute. I'm going to show you exactly what I'm talking about, because I'm going to trim this, because see, I've got too much. It's hanging over the edge. Make sure I get this glued on. And I'm going to trim it just like this. And then I'm going to take my glue and I'm going to, let's see if I can get it so you can see. I'm going to glue right here. And then I'm going to glue right here. And the glue will suck right into that material. It's very porous, shall we say. Now let's see if I can show you. This has glue on the end, but yeah, see, it just comes right apart. There's like nothing left. It's just gone. So pom-poms and all, just boom, it's gone. All right, so now you know, so you can be very careful. So, oh, isn't that cute? That's so festive, right? So I want to put this the long way. And before I do that, I'm going to get my ribbon hole punch. And I'm going to mark the center. I want this part to show right down here like that. Yeah, like that. Something like that. And I'm going to turn it over. And I'm going to mark the halfway point. So that's about right here. I think I'm going to punch it up. So you don't want to punch it way down here. I'm going to punch it up a little higher. Well, that's as high as it goes, so I'll punch it as high as it goes. I thought it went a little higher. I'll just remove my little mark. There we go. And I want to get this in the middle as well. So I've got those pom-poms on there, but I can put that, I think I want it about like that. Yeah. Okay. All right, so I'm going to add my glue onto here. And I think I want it to be about right here, but I'm not sure, so I'm going to go like this. Yeah, a little higher up. All right, and press that down. So now that's glued on, but I want to really make sure that's glued well, so I'm going to lay a little strip of hot glue so that it's really glued on nicely. There we go. So cute. You can stamp on that if you want, or put a label or whatever it is that you would like. So I thought I was prepping, I was doing really good, but you know what, guys? I already put my end on it, and I can't get it through my my hole with my stuff on there. Oh, Kathy, you prepped way too much. Okay, so you want to put your ribbon through your hole, whether it's a circle punch or ribbon punch, whatever it is that you have. And I put beads on mine So I put a knot first, beads on my Sari silk. Put my knot first, and you know, actually this took me a little bit of time to get this through this very small hole that's in this bead. So I might have to see if I'm using a needle to see if I can get that in there. And I might have to just, yeah, I'll either do that later, you get the idea. And I'm going to tie a little bow here. And this is how you're going to hold your faux envelope closed. How cute is that? And you'll have another bead on this end. How pretty. Oh, I love that. I love those soft colors. Now, let's get back to our, what do we call it? Pouch. That's what I've been calling it, a pouch. And this is my pouch, and I explained how to make it earlier. And now what I want to do is I want to reinforce my flap. Now, my flap is right here, and this is the bottom. Right here, this is the bottom of my pouch, and this is the top, this is my flap. And, you know, you can decide you want it to go like that, or do you want it to go like this, but before we glue this, or sew it, or whatever, we're going to close it up, we need to reinforce this, and this is where I put my book page right here, and then I put a little piece of, oh, I actually have two. Here's where it is. Yeah. Here. I've been making these this afternoon. Here's where I decided to put the Chapter 1 paper digital and some book page. This one that we're making together, I thought we could use a digital and cover this part up with a digital like this, because you don't need to cover it all the way to the bottom. And then trim this out, and this will be my inside of this pouch. So to do that, I'm going to use my art glitter glue, and I'm going to just go around the edge once again like this, and I'm going to take it down a little ways and then fill in a little bit, definitely right here where the crease is. I've learned extra glue where there's creases where you're going to be folding it. And then we can lay this on, and I want it to go this way because I think this is an up and down picture. I see it as an up and down picture. And I laid it right on the edge, so I don't have to trim this one out. I will have to trim this side out, but not that side. So we'll turn it over this way. Yeah, I accidentally printed the wrong thing on the back. So this is ideal to use to cover up the back side of this. When I was prepping for my collaboration, I kind of got confused, and I printed on some of my papers, things that I, you know, fussy cuts on solid paper that, yeah. Anyway, blah, blah, blah. We're using it now, and it's going to good use. So I'm going to cut this right here. Oh, I think I need to turn it so I can see it a little better since I'm right-handed. There we go. We got that. Now, to get this one, we can fold this back like this, or we can fold this back right here and just simply cut straight across. That would make it so much easier. I'm just giving this a cut. There we go. So now, if I need to just add a little bit more glue right down here at the bottom, I can do that. And that's definitely enough for it to be covered once we get this all put together. So won't that be gorgeous to look inside your bag and you have that? Oh yeah, that is just beautiful. Now, because I have just covered up my stitching on the inside, I think I want it, but I also think that I want to add some extra decoration on my flap. I was thinking of this pink satin with this vintage lace. Maybe something like this on the front. I don't know, I just thought that might look really pretty, even though it's kind of jaggedy. Now that I see that it's super jaggedy, maybe I don't want it to be that jaggedy. You know what I mean? It's not cut straight at all. Maybe I could use this, might be better. And then I think there's enough. Yeah, I think I can get this glued on there, and oh, it barely will fit, barely. I don't know if there's any more pink that I have in my stash. Oh, there's this, you guys. Okay, maybe I'm just going to totally switch and we'll just glue that on. I think that might actually be a little better and probably a little easier. So let's put our bag together. Now, once again, you can decide, do you want it to be like this, or would you rather it be like this? And this is the outside. Now, I have some things that I'm going to be placing for my decoration, and I'm just kind of looking to see, because it's been a while since I, got my things ready. Yeah, I do. I want to glue mine together this way. So I'm going to add glue here and here. And then when I close it, then it won't cause a problem when I'm putting my faux envelope journal in and out. So I'm going to put glue here. So all the way down to the bottom. And then I'm going to put glue here, all the way down to the bottom. Just like that. And then I'm going to shut it, close it up, wipe any excess glue. Hopefully I'm not having any excess glue on the inside. I'm going to open it up just in case I do, because it's all the way through. Remember, we haven't glued the bottom yet. Now, I'm actually, before I close this, because I'm going to go and sew this, I'm going to fix this right here. And I also can see that I can see my white of my paper. So I'm going to ink this up on this side. I'm going to add this lace. This is really strange. It's got like rubber right there. I tried to take it off, but I can't get that rubber off. So I'm just going to glue it on with the rubber. I don't know, it's not going to really bother anything, I don't think. I really don't. So I'm going to glue it like this because I'm going to end up sewing it, and I don't want to, you just can't sew over hot glue. It just, the sewing machine just isn't going to have it. So that's why I put my glue on like that, so I can sew around the edge before I get finished. And I'm going to trim this just like this. And I'm going to trim it on this side. Okay. All right, that's going to be gorgeous. And do I want to add that little piece? I'm not sure. I don't think so. I think that just might make it, I'm finally going to crease it. I don't know that I want this piece added on top. I might. We're just going to see. I'm going to put a little paper clip here to hold it closed. Now I've got that same satin, but I think it's going to be okay here. And I have a digital from Chapter 1 papers. The colors are gorgeous with this, don't you think? And I have some more lace. Now all this lace is from 1924 Linens and More. I'll link her shop down below. And maybe something like this. And then I thought, I don't know, I'm just seeing what's happening here. Maybe something like this. What do we think about that? I really, really like this bright white. And I'm thinking that I'm going to need some kind of bright white up here at the top instead of that. Yeah, but maybe not quite that heavy. I'm looking over here. I've got a big old bin here, guys, and I'm just looking at it to see what might work. Well, that's kind of sweet too, but I think it's too much. Let me look and see just real quick what I can come up with that's white, that maybe isn't as heavy as that, and maybe a little whiter little piece right here. All right, you guys, I've got a few options. Now this is the same as this, but it's a smaller piece. And then there's this. So I think I've got some to work with, but let's go ahead and let's get this down first. So the first, oh, and I found a lighter little piece right there. So I think the first thing we want to do is put this down. Now I think I'm going to need to switch to, maybe I could just use my art glitter glue for this. I'm not sure. I think I can. I'm going to just put my glue on the edge of its satiny type of material. It is vintage, and so it even has a little stain on it, but it's just not going to matter. It's just, I just think the color is so beautiful. So I'm going to put that on there like that, and I'm going to add a little extra glue on the edge because I can see that it likes to fray, and I don't want it to fray. Not in that way, because it would just I just don't think it would look good frayed. So it's going to dry clear. You're not going to see the glue, but it is going to keep it from fraying. And I think that's very important. I think this part's going to get covered up, but I'm going to put it on here anyway. And let's see, let's get this on here too. So I'm just doing this to be cautious about making sure that this piece doesn't just kind of, well, I think the fraying of it could ruin it. So we're just going to fix it. Okay, so we've got a little bit of glue around the edge. And then I think this was next, and I'm looking to see, I think it goes this way. I want it to go right, I think I want to raise it up. I don't think I want it right on the edge. Yeah, I want it raised. And I think I'm going to switch to hot glue now. And I'm going to glue this down right here. Just like that. And then I'm going to glue this part. Okay. And then right here on the side, tack this down. Very good. Alrighty. I'm going to actually tack this corner down. Here is my little picture. Oh goodness, I think that picture is so pretty. I think it goes perfectly with all the pinks in there. It's almost like it's a sunset. Anyway, I find it to be quite beautiful. And I think this right here will be lovely. But I also want to put, let's move that right here. I want this to go down the side like that. Yeah, so let's get that down. Did I already sew this? No. I'm going to need to go sew this real quick, because if I put hot glue here, I'm not going to be able to sew that right there. So I'm going to sew it real quick. I'm sewing my bottom closed. I almost forgot that we have to sew our bottom closed or glue it. If you're not sewing, it's okay. You don't have to sew. You can glue it. All right, so I sewed my bottom, so we're completely closed now. That's good. And I'm going to put that trim right here on the edge, right here on the edge. So I'm going to start down here at the bottom with my glue and just lay it right here on the edge, just like that. And then I'll be able to go all the way. It goes to there. Might go a little bit further. Yeah, just a tiny bit further. Right like that. Wonderful. Oh, I'm loving how this is turning out. I also wanted to sew that, didn't I? But I also wanted to add something else. Okay, I'm trying to think so I don't get, don't forget what I'm doing. Oh goodness. Sometimes, yeah, I forget stuff. Especially when I'm doing a video, it's easy to do. All right, so I'm going to put my picture there, and I think I want that to go like this, I think. And then I think I want this to go right like that. Or do I want it to go like this? Oh, that's kind of pretty. Have it go this way instead of being a square. Make it kind of more, oh, that, I like that. That's really nice. Let's get our paper on. And I'm just trying to figure out if I want to use hot glue. If I do, I have to really hurry. I'll put a hot glue down here on the bottom. Okay, got that. Now I'm going to actually turn it and add it like this. I think that was the best way for me to do that, to get it where I wanted it. And then I'm going to add this right here and trim it off. Trim that extra off. I'm not sure, do I want it to go all the way across the whole thing or just on the picture? I just put the glue on the picture in case I only wanted it to go there. I might just only want it to go there. So let's trim it off right there. Yeah. All right, and let's put this on at an angle like this. I don't want to cover any of that beautiful picture. So once again, I'm going to tack it by lifting it up and just adding my glue, lifting it up, adding my glue. Otherwise, sometimes I just get it the wrong spot and then I'm unhappy. So if I do it this way, I have a better chance of getting it just where I've wanted it, where I can see it. And turn it over here and really push it. Yeah, that helps a lot with hot glue. Oh, I just threw it on the floor, guys. Just a minute. Okay, that was kind of funny. I didn't mean to throw it on the floor. Okay, now back up here to the top. Okay, so we can add, I was thinking, maybe just a couple of these, maybe here, because remember, we have a clip, and here's the clip. I put, it's cream. I don't know, maybe I want it to be white, but it's a cream. I could add just a little bit here. I could add a little bit. Oh, I love that one. But I see I don't want it to be like this. I think that's too much, but I think just like that, just a little bit of it. Okay, so we're going to trim that. Whoa, that frays a lot, but that's okay. That kind of has a nice look to it. So I got to keep it straight so I can get this straight, but I'm trying not to get my head in the video. Okay, so we're going to add our glue. I'm just going to add it to the top, and then I'll have to come back and add it to the side or the bottom. There. Oh yeah, I like that pop of white. It's just really nice because we have the pop of white right down here and then the white in the snow of the picture. Oh goodness gracious. I wanted to sew that, and I actually think that I can still do that. So I'm going to sew it because I think it's going to give it a different look. This one here is sewn, and I really like how that looks because the whole theme is sewn. So let me go ahead and sew that, and then I'll show you what it looks like. And then we're going to put on a little bling, and then put our little faux envelope journal inside. All right, you guys, I got it sewed. I had a little trouble. My foot came off my sewing machine, but I got it sewn. It's not perfect, but I actually think it kind of goes with the theme. Now, I thought maybe I should add some of these on the front, even though we've got pink going on here. But remember, I put these on here. I didn't put any on here. I don't know. Do I need to maybe add some of these on here? There's pink on here. I mean, it's pink and red is mixed together. And there's red on here. So I'm thinking maybe if I just add 2 right down here at the bottom. I don't know, I'm just thinking about possibly doing that, or maybe even 3 right here. I don't know, you guys. I'm just trying to think about where this might work. And do I want to do it? So I'm going to trim this right here. And once again, when I cut that, it immediately wants to come apart. Just immediately. So I'm going to glue it right now before I do anything else. Glue that piece back on there if I can. I might have to cut that one piece off. That loop, that little thing that's sticking out, because it's immediate that it does that. And then I need to glue it right here to keep it from coming undone on this end. This end's already glued. Okay, I'm going to put this over here and let it dry. Wipe up this glue right there. And then cut that little tiny piece off there like that. Throw that away. It's got glue on it. There's glue everywhere. Glue's everywhere. All right, so let's look and see how this looks. If we like it, if we don't like it. It just sticks out like a sore thumb though, doesn't it? But it would make sense once you open the pouch. It would make perfect sense. And maybe if we put this right there, that might even work better. I don't know, guys. I'm just talking out loud, telling you my thoughts. I don't like that it's all in a row right here. So that's why I'm kind of going over here like that. I don't know, guys. I kind of like it, especially since this is what's going to go inside of here. Yeah, I think that's kind of cute. So let's just do that. I know it's kind of different, but I think it's kind of cute. And you would definitely understand once you opened the pouch and saw the journal. So I've got that down. Now let's put this right here in between. I've learned, oh, what happened to my scissors? I'll take these and push it down. Yeah, it helps a lot pushing that down. So yeah, I do. I think I'd like it right there. So let's do it. Let's just do it, guys. And get that down there like that. So this is this one's satchel or little pouch. And then inside it's like this. And we just pop this in here. Of course I have to add that bead. Remember I didn't put that bead on there. And then we've got, I could put a red tie. You know what? A red tie I think would fix all of it. Let me grab that red tie. Hang on just a second. There we are with the red tie. I think it pulls it all in, and once you open it up and you'll be able to see the faux envelope journal with the red pom-poms and the pink paper, I think it's gonna all work together. I hope you've enjoyed this video, and if you have, please give me a thumbs up. I invite you to subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you in my next video. I'll see you there, guys. Bye now.